The person that's going to kick it off, his name is David J. Lythberg. This brother is the first-time champ at the spoken word contest held at Feed. First ever. Moran was just telling you about the third one coming up. This guy is the first, which means if you have skills and you want to take over that crown, you need that $30 to put gas tank, pull-ups, $30, y'all. You got to get through him first, okay? He's the author of 4 books, all available for sale if you go on Amazon. He also has books in your local library. That's how raw he is. You raw when you get a book in the library. Check it out for free. Library card. He's also the host of Speak Easy at Grapes and Hops that is right next to Feed, right here on Schuyler Avenue. On Tuesday, not this Tuesday, but August 25th on a Tuesday from 7 to 9. I know I just told you to turn up on a Tuesday, but this Tuesday is different, okay? Easy, the host of Speak Easy at Grapes and Hops, and he also won 2nd place in his 3rd grade spelling bee back in '83. He sent that as a joke, and I ran with it. So without further ado, I need you to give it up. Give it up for David Lythberg.
It was Gandhi who said, "Each night when I go to sleep, I die. And in the morning when I wake up, I am reborn." Rebirth is that doctrine of evolving consciousness which transfers into the consciousness of the new person as a continuing stream which goes on and on. Rebirth is that condition of karma where those actions of body, spirit, and mind transfer over into previous lives. This, in essence, is called becoming again. It is a cyclical existence of being born, dying, and being reborn once again. It is a wandering about through space and time. Yet there is no permanent consciousness that moves from one life to another, but it is a transfer of a flame going from one candle to the next, though that flame may be different. Rebirth, then, is that circle of death and birth, more so than the birth and death of the body. It is that observation which reveals consciousness as a series of events, more so than a realm of emotion. I once knew a girl who was insecure and lonely and starving for love. She grabbed hold of the first guy who paid her any attention. She'd always longed for that which she'd seen other couples enjoy, that love, that togetherness, that freedom. But the man she was with wanted none of that. He wanted money and expenses and things. In fact, he wanted a live-in servant, someone who would wash his clothes, cook his meals, and clean his house without questions asked. And in doing so, she lost herself, who she was and what she wanted and where she planned to be. She became, in essence, what he wanted her to be, a mindless, docile mistress of the house. She watched her plans and dreams again die before her eyes. But when she finally gathered the courage to leave him, she reinvented herself, changed her hair and her attitude, and refound that which she'd lost. Now she's happier than she's ever been before. Hence, rebirth is that reinvention, that losing and then finding yourself again. Yes, rebirth is refinding yourself after so long of subjugation. It is a remembering of that which you once were, both your accomplishments and your aspirations. It is a returning to that mode of thinking, that realm of activity where reinvention is necessary, both inside and out, and a taking on of both physical and mental health. Rebirth is that rainbow where at the end is that pot of gold telling us all of fortunes ahead. Rebirth are those daisies with their yellow faces, smiling at the sun and overlooking the world of spring, saying, "This is good." Rebirth is that sunrise telling us all that the night is over and that we can all come out of hiding and enjoy the new dawn overlain by pretty pinks, reds, and purples. Ice doesn't belong here anymore. Snow must melt, cold must die, for here the air must freshen and the atmosphere rejuvenate again. Insects must emerge from the frozen ground and live once more. Birds must return from their southern vacation and bedeck our budding trees with their song once again. Rebirth is that seed bursting forth from the ground, getting a second chance at life. Rebirth is that flower, beautifying the new air with its spring fragrance. No one knows how it got there, yet many have watched its bud open, smiling at that sun, bringing forth its colors from the green of its sprout. Rebirth is that path encircled by trees from which those yellows, reds, and blues spring forth, decorating like garnish. Its bright day awakens before your eyes with sounds of activity. Rebirth is that meadow with grass greener than possible, as if its color preserved under that sheet of ice. Rebirth is that red-breasted robin, now coming out to play, chirping among the blossoms and watching the world open its winter-crusted eyes. Rebirth is that bumblebee, sipping nectar and gathering pollen, to carry with it to the next tree and the next field and the next flower, to continue that circle of life. Now, how can I talk about rebirth without talking about the one who makes all this rebirth possible? He himself is the epitome of rebirth, and he offers that to all of us. He took me from the streets of New Orleans to this very stage. Rebirth.